Hello Nitro fans, Racing 393 here for the real part 8 of my Nitro Kyosho 4x4 rebuild. This kit, as you probably guessed from most of my videos, dates back from around 1987. It's one of the first Nitro 1/8 buggy of its era. I believe it's a bit confusing. I have been reading quite a bit about these era of buggies. There's a couple of mismatches between a Kyosho Burns and a Kyosho Burns 4x4. Namely, I think they from memory, from what I read it a while ago now, MP1 and then MP2, MP3. I think they're quite similar. I think the very early Nitro Burns, the Kyosho Burns car, was one without the wing, hence this one. And then they started to have wings on the back, like my other ones. I will put them all together. I've got, including this one you see here, 3 altogether now, so we'll go through them at some point when they're all done. But in today's video, we're going to paint the shell. Now it's going to go in 2 colours. I won't show you the stickers just yet, but the colours I'm going to choose, I've got blue, that's an old tin of white, I've got another tin, but blue and white. And it's going to be like a split colour. I've got another colour here which is just shark grey. All that's going to do is, once I've done the colours on the shell, I'll just back it in this colour for now, so it looks even. We're going to mask it up today. Going to clean the shell on my non-part 8, but not part 8. I just went over the masking of the windows, so hopefully you watched that and you got some tips off that. This one might need a little bit of trimming here and there. I mean, you can't see it from the movie, but the shell does rest slightly on the exhaust there, on the header. I'm going to have to perhaps trim that a little bit. And I might make this hole slightly bigger so it's not so tight on the exhaust outlet. And once I've done all that, it's going to take probably, in real time, probably a couple of days or so to get, because I want the paint to harden. I don't want it to be like all soft when I'm taking things off. But in today's video, we're going to mask it up, put the cut line on where I want to do the colours. I'm going to keep it very simple. I don't want to overcomplicate it. And once I've done that, we've got some pin line stripes, if you like, that I've purchased, which I think will go with this particular model on the outside. So yeah, anyway, let's get this prepped body more prepped for painting. I've got my line tape here, I've got my masking tape here, and I've also got a couple of alcohol pads, so that will just hopefully be enough. I can also score the inside of the shell, which I'll do. I'll probably show you each stage. It's worth seeing, to be honest, so I'll try and go through it. But it is quite a nice day today in the UK, so we should be able to get at least a coat on. I'm not particularly bothered today, nevertheless, that we get the second coat on. Probably do that later. So I've masked it up. That didn't take that long. I've tried to keep it really simple. You can see that I've done like the middle part there, the cab area, is going to be one colour. That's masked off, and then there's sort of the side pods and scooting round to the back where potentially you can see where they've got like, I suppose they're like lights, aren't they, I suppose, or whatever, but you know, you can see that the back down here and to here's going to be a colour. We're going to do that on white. Now I've had a bit of an error already. I'm not even painted it yet. When I was masking it, I masked as if I wanted to do the blue first, the darker colour. but I've done it so that I've done the white. So I'm going to spray the white. There's too many whites in that conversation. And then I'm going to lightly back it in a darker colour. Let that dry. Take the tape off. Paint the blue. And then back it again in like a grey. So that it's like doubled up a little bit. So hopefully it's wiped, it's rubbed down, it's all ready to go. The white's here. There's not a lot left in this, but it'll be enough for a very light covering. And then we can go from there. I need to get a box actually to put it in to spray it outside. I don't want the paint going all over the garden on the patio or anything. So yes, I'll get the white on. I don't think I've got time for it to go off and do the blue, to be honest, because I want the paint to harden, especially when I'm doing multiple white colours. I need to make sure it's covered. My only worry then would be making sure that I've got all the oils off of it. I have cleaned it, wiped it, scrubbed it down with a little bit of just a little light sponge thing, you know, the bit you wash your pots and pans with, just to score the plastic up. And I've used alcohol wipes again. It's dry. It's a warm day already, so we should be good to go. Painting, as if you've watched any of my videos, when it comes to painting, I've never been in fact, I don't think I've ever been successful in painting ever. Yeah, we'll see.
So I'm only out here spraying. This is a quick one. Nice day, nice socks, and it's just the white going on at the moment. So yeah, nice and easy. We'll get back to it when I'm done.
So that's the white on. It's not a bad attempt. I've just noticed some of the sort of the tapes come off, namely around here. Yeah, I'm gonna cover it, do a light cover of brown, just to take, so it's sort of like a backing, but not fully. That's gonna dry fully, and then perhaps the next day I'm gonna put blue. I've got some tram lines, some detailing lines, which I'm going to put around the edge between the blue and the white to hide any discrepancies, hopefully. It's not a bad attempt there. It seems okay. I don't really want to touch that at all. It's still very soft, but it looks, I mean, the coverage looks okay. Holding it up to the light, yeah, I mean, it's once you've got the stickers on. I'm a bit disappointed in that curve bit there, but you know, yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna put the dark colour on, just a light colour, just to sort of back it a bit, and then let that dry. So I've just done a very light coat in grey. Cover's all right. It's on there. It's sort of hot. It kind of helps deepen the white, I suppose. If you look at it on the outside, yeah. So it does look a little bit, especially from my eyes, a bit more solid. Yeah. So we just got to let that dry now. I mean, there's no point taking any of that tape off just yet, because it'll tear the paint. So we'll let that go off, and then perhaps in real times it'll be the next day. We'll put the blue on there, and then we'll cover that once that's sort of dried in the grey, and let that go off, and then we can take the outer sort of the protective coating on the outside off, and then we can start. Hopefully by then I'd have some. I've got some, like I said, pin stripes to sort of detail the side, and then we'll put some race stickers on there, which I got from MCI. So let's let that go off. And that is the shell painted. So the next thing I need to do on that is, well, there's some detailing to go on between the colours. The separation line between the blue and the white in some parts is really good, but I do have some other colours to sort of separate the lines up. So I'm quite pleased the way it's come out for once. It's not too bad. I haven't cut the screen yet for airflow. That's not something I'm worried about at the moment. So we're going to put on the car in a minute so you can see what it looks like. But before I do that, I've got some some silver tape. I'm just going to layer the inside along here because the exhaust is here and around the back. I think the shell does need a bit of a trim here because that goes over the exhaust header. And I think it's resting on it. It's not a big issue at the moment, but I will kind of alleviate that a fraction. I'll probably do that once I've got it all decaled up. So again, I've got the decals from MSI. That's a graphics card, isn't it? Or driver. Well, MCI. So I'm going to show those in a minute once I've got the stripes on the car. Now, in real time, I haven't got the stripes yet. So, but in the next few seconds, once I've done the foil, this bit here for the heat protection, I'm hoping that I'll be able to show you the car when it's all sort of liveried up, stage by stage. So yeah, so what do you think? It looks all right. The reason I've gone, there's a reason I've gone blue. There's two reasons. The blue and white. One is because it's got those blue tyres on, which I mistakenly purchased, but you know, it is what it is. And the colour scheme, or the sort of the liveried colour scheme I'm choosing, is the reason for blue and white. Mainly the blue, to be honest. I think the only reason I got white is that it contrasts some of the decals I've got, which are blue. So there's a bit of a clue there, the name. So what else? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Also, secondly, I want to say a big thanks to who is it? Is it David? He's commented on a few of my videos on my Kyosho, and he's come up with some really good ideas. Things, I'll be honest, I might have been thinking along those lines, but it's not until you hear it or see it in black and white and someone's typed it out and took the time to explain, and then it becomes clear, yeah, perhaps that's a good idea. He was talking about the fuel tank and how to seal it. Like I've said, I'm not convinced that the tank's actually secure, as in sealed. And I've been mulling over how and what to do. David came up with a really good idea. So I think long term, I'm definitely going to go down that route. Unless for some miraculous thing that I end up finding a fairly new Kyosho fuel tank like the one in this car. You know, it's the one there's no outlets or eyelets or anything goes onto it. It's kind of a bit of a poor design, but yeah, I'm trying to keep. I quite like the fuel tank, and to be honest with you, the size of the fuel tank is quite crucial to fit where it is. So I can't really. I can put a smaller tank in. It's not going to be, because you know the car's not going to be run like raced or anything. But yeah. So again, thanks, David. Great help. It's just nice. Well, for two things. One is someone's watching the video, someone has an opinion, and it's a really helpful opinion. And they view their ideas. I think it's great. So again, thanks, David. It's been much appreciated. Anyway, so let me. I'm just going to cut some of this silver foil up, put it on the inside. Probably end up doing. I'm going to have to do this whole side pod actually. So sort of in and around. Incidentally, I have sprayed the inside grey, so it's all universal. So it looks a bit neater, and sort of gives the colours a bit of a chance to sort of get a bit deeper. I'm a funny bugger really, because a lot of people, when they talk about when you back other colours, they especially on the YouTube channels that I watch anyway, they like to use the phrase, and it makes the paint really pop. For some reason, I hate using expressions that other people use. I don't know why, and I think I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. I do have very maybe peculiar expressions. I know that I say them perhaps in my videos. It comes up fairly often. No one else says them until now, and they've never said them before. So that's a thumbs up for me. must be watching my video and then getting ideas from what I'm saying. It's really funny because I'm a very insignificant channel, very insignificant. And you've got these much bigger channels with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people watching and following. And then all of a sudden when I'm watching, I hear a phrase, I think, hang on a minute, I say that. And they've never said it before. And it is only me that says it because I recognise my own faults, if you like. Anyway, that's just something I digress, but I find it funny. Anyway, there we go. Let me just sort out this foiling and I'll put it on. I'll show you when I'm done. So that's the, I've done the foil underneath. You can see there, I can try and show you. So I've gone round here a little bit, and round there is technically generally where the heat's likely to be. So a little bit of protection. Again, I've got a trim here for the header, but well, here, I keep moving it here. I won't do it just yet. So let's stick it on the car and get a couple of shots of it before we can put some other decals on. And there it is with the shell on. Now, I don't actually think that looks too bad. I think, I mean, as a colour, I mean, blue and white I like. I like blue, I like white. I think one of my my favourite colour, I think, is probably red, yellow. And I do like a bit of purple, sort of my old race colours. But that does look pretty good. It looks better than I'm thinking. I do think that the tuning hole for the engine needs to be changed a little bit, but that's something I can trim up soon. Try to get the big fat hand out of the way. Yeah, so what do you think? I know the caster and camber's got to be changed, but it doesn't look too bad. Maybe if I stick it on the deck, we'll have a look at it sort of at road level. And there it is, kind of sitting on the floor. I think it's sitting, I mean, at the moment it's going to have more weight in it, but it's sitting kind of where it needs to be. Yeah, I mean, I think it's come out really well. For the first time, I've done a bit of painting that's actually, I actually quite like it. The tuning sort of part of where that engine is there, that is slightly out. But yeah, it's going to look quite neat when it comes to the stickers I'm going to put on it. It'll just sort of add a bit of uniqueness. So let me know what you think on that one. Of course, I'm going to be back in a few days in real time with some divider lines, and I'm going to show the decals. But of course, for you guys, it's going to be entertaining. This is going to be part of this video. I'm sort of on that brink now of ordering the electrics, just 2 servos and a receiver. I will get a receiver. I'll probably get an aerial receiver. They're quite expensive, like from Sanwa. They always recommend that you use an aerialed receiver for nitro, but only for the fact that the tracks are bigger and you're further away. Plus you must get a little bit of interference. But anyway, that's for me to sort out. You can see here where the header comes out. It just needs to be trimmed on the top there, I think. But yeah, I quite like it. I'm quite chuffed with that. You can let me know in the comments what you think. But anyway, let me go and do some, I don't know, 2 days worth of stuff. And then hopefully the decals will be here soon. Well, the stripes, I've got the decals and I'll show you them, and we'll get it all sort of liveried up. And hopefully at least by the when I get them, we should be talking about the electrics. Right. So the Bodyshell is all painted, and I've 2 things. I ordered some stuff off eBay and I've ordered the wrong stuff, so I'm gonna have to make do. I thought I was ordering like line detailing, line tape. What I've actually got is masking tape, which is what I don't need. But it's plastic. Fine line masking tape. This one here is like 3mm. I thought it was going to be orange anyway, but it's wrong regardless. And this one here is 5mm, or 6mm. I've got 6mm there. But I have got some actual trim line coach lining. This from, I got this off eBay ages ago. They have all the colours that I needed. I should have gone to them, but I don't think they stick very well. Anyway, we're kind of faced with what we're faced with. So I think to separate the lines, what I think I might do is, I don't know how well it's going to look, but I think I'll put the green on first and then cover a bit of that with yellow, so it's yellow and green. It is one of my race colours, funny enough. And then if I spin the camera around, there are my MCI decals that they did for this, and you can probably make out I've got Blue Emu. I've tried to keep them bold. Yeah, I think there's a number there. It's a bit too big, but anyway, we'll cut some of those out, and they're not all going on here. I don't want to overdo it, but right. I think for now I'll put some of this green masking tape on. It looks all right. It'll be okay, hopefully. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I've done it. So I put the stripes on. Looks right. Yellow and green, which might seem a bit weird, but that used to be my old race colours. So I've just pinstriped it around the edge to separate the colours, the blue and the white. So it looks alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut these decals out. I'm going to put them on and I'm going to show you when I've done it. I might have a break in between to sort of have a proper look. Make sure I don't want to overdo it. But there's a couple that I need to go on there. So let me do that, and there it is. Well, painting wise, pretty much done. I've got other stickers which I can put on it here and there. I don't think these stripes are going to stay on there though, that's the thing. Not sure what I can do about that. They sort of go on. They almost look like lacquering, but that's not going to work because it'll peel off. So I think they're not going to last long. But it's kind of just bold, bright, contrasting colours. I try to sort of hide the blue tyres amongst the decals. I'm not sure that's going to necessarily work, but I think it looks alright. What do you think? There's still some stickers and things I could probably put on it here and there, but I'm not going to worry too much about it, because quite clearly I've got to get things started, to get some servos and that, so that's the next little pickle. So we'll put it on the floor and we'll have a little closer look. Okay, bit of sunlight on it as well. What do you reckon? Does it come out alright? A Kyosho Burns 4x4, 1987 era. I think it looks alright. I'm quite looking forward to getting this going actually. Should be quite a thing. And that's that side. Let me know what you think. There's clearly going to be a lot of troubleshooting with this to sort out, but I'm pretty pleased with the way that the considering when I bought it, look at the videos. What I'm going to try and do, I think on this video, I think I'll link all the other videos This is like part 8. So, and you can kind of go through it as you will if you want. You can see the progress. Yeah, let me know what you think. Does it look right? Is there anything I could have done better? Well, there's pretty loads I can do better. There's a bit of detail on the back I want to do. The rear lights, what would be lights. Maybe a few little sponsor decals here and there on it to give it a little bit more classy look, but I don't want to overdo it, I don't want to overkill it. Anyway, that's going to be the end of that video. That's part, what did I just say? Part 9? Part 8? Oh, I don't know. Whatever it is, the next video will include electrics and startup. Haven't ordered them yet, so at the time of this video being made, it's going to be a couple of days, if not a week or two, before I sort of get my arse into gear. But yeah, like that. I appreciate you watching. The link in the description for all the others, parts 1 to whatever this one is, well, below this one, it's 8 I think, 7 or 8. And I look forward to the next one where we can put the electrics in and get this summer bitch running. Thanks for watching. Dog. And bye for now.